This is the Bears Barroom Radio Network. Parental discretion is advised.
Konichiwa, bitches.
Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling.
Here we go, Barflies. Welcome back to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. It's your man from Japan, fucking Konichiwa, bitches. I'm settled. I'm here. I'm like 14 hours in the future. I'll tell you guys how the game turns out. But either way, we got all the boys in the bar room today. This fucking tailgate show is ready to roll. First, let me introduce the man with the plan, the fucking Tyler Ellis, Mr. Games Report. Big Games, what up?
Yo, what up, though? Konichiwa, my brother in arms.
Konnichiwa.
Let's go, big dog. You already know what time it is, man. We moving forward on to week 2, but we're going to do a quick recap.
Quick, yeah. Real quick. Next, we got Mr. Badgley, Ryan Badge of Honor. Badge, what up, brother?
Konnichiwa, motherfucker.
Dude, I ain't never heard so many people say Konnichiwa in my life, but yeah, you're right.
I don't even know how I'd fucking respond, bro. Like, just happy to have you on, man, knowing that you're 14 hours ahead of us and you're going to get to see so much stuff happen before we do. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just excited. I know we're all still a little fired up from last week, man. And just so you guys know, I've got a weather report from AC because he couldn't join us tonight.
Oh, okay.
He wanted me to tell you guys it's hot as fuck down there in Kentucky. So, I just wanted to get that out, man. I'm excited to chop it up with you boys. Again, my brother Gaines back in the house, baby. We were texting this morning. This motherfucker was ready to go at 11 o'clock this morning, man. I was like, oh, shit, yo, you got to wait like 8 hours, dude.
Yeah, this dude goes over to the gym, knocks out like fucking 80 fucking pull-ups. And just goes nuts, man. But next in the house we got Ryan Kirkland Billings, KB in the place to be. AC is missing, but KB fucking came through in the clutch. KB, what up, though?
Konichiwa, bitches. What's good with you? What's going on with my boys, man? I missed you boys. I think everybody understands that we were all pretty much ready to get to talking after that Packers Bears game, man. But we had to sit and let it marinate for a little bit, kind of get out of our emotions, and say what Trubisky should have said, and we're on the different.
Yeah, for sure, man. Can't attack it with emotions. Gotta wait. Gotta let it marinate, like you said. Let it cool off a little bit. See the game for what it was, and not take all the emotions out of it. But yeah, we're gonna get into we'll do a little recap of last week. Probably have some shit that people disagree with, but whatever. I don't agree with everything everybody puts out anyway. So we'll do a little recap. We'll roll into some Denver stuff. Kick it with these dudes. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a quick hour or so. But either way, that's what we got lined up for you guys. So let's go ahead and just roll into this Green Bay game where Mitch, if you're a stat nerd looking at the stat sheet, he fucking produced. But then, you take a look at what some people have put up, and the naysayers and the doubters and this and that, saying how he didn't have, control of that game. He did this, he did that. Start with Gaines. Gaines, come to you, man. Give me your quick recap, or what'd you see from Mitch in this game last week?
From Mitch, for what I saw it looked a little rusty. He looked a little rusty, but at the same time, I saw a glimpse. It's like, because out of everything that was happening, I was like, okay, here we go. No more talk. It's all over. This was their first preseason game, but it's the one that counts. And so I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to lose the game. And it was certain things that I'm looking for. I'm looking for tendencies. I'm looking for how he's reading the defense. He did do some things that I was like, come on, bro. Come on, fam. Come on, bro.
Yep.
I need you to look around. I need you to survey the whole field, because there was but he admitted that, and it's easy for us to say from the sidelines, yo, who's open? but my man is trying to, you know what I'm saying, he's going against my petty defense and everything. And so I saw he hit like 7 different receivers. I saw good things, I saw bad things, but it looked like rust more than incompetence. Okay. And so it's not a lack thereof. It's just a threshold. Yeah. And now we know how to move forward. And so, but I saw some good things. I saw some tight spirals. I saw some bread drops. He dropped it in between some defenders. But then I saw him trying to do too much to one person and not really surveying the whole field. Yeah. And so just knocking on the people, letting the defense know what he's doing a little bit too early. But the footwork looked good. And any quarterback that's willing to scramble in the A gap, I'm down with. You see what I'm saying? It's little things. He's not a punk, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I still pick Mitch in the bar fight. And I was texting bad because I'm like, yo, if one more person talks about Mitch, dog, like I'm trying to contain myself. I'm trying to like be a new person. But it's like, yo, leave the kid alone. He's plugged in with his coach. Out of all these prima donnas in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, you will never hear Mitch talk about one of his teammates. You will never hear Mitch disrespect his coaches. You see what I'm saying? He's going to stay plugged in. He's going to listen to the coach. He's going to fix it. And so he wants to prove his teammates right. And so there's things to clean up on for sure. But the most important thing, it was definitely a winnable game, and it was on us. There's no excuses, but it's more about what we didn't do more than what the Packers did.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I mean, honestly, like after watching it, and then watching it again, we played that game like we were 28 points behind. There's a couple things that bother me with Mitch, and I mean, I'll go to Badge and to KB, and then I'll throw in what, you know, just so I don't steal anybody's thunder or nothing, but I'll throw in what bothers me here at the end. But there's some things that I think he could have done, and I know a lot of people are like, oh no, it's Nagy this, Nagy that. It starts with him, yeah, but when you have a guy that's controlling it and running it after the fact, right? That guy's just telling you what he wants you to do. Your job is to continue on and to make adjustments and do whatever from there. So, you know, my issues, and I'll talk about them when these guys are done, are audibles. I mean, if this dude is what he is, and I forget how many times he passed that game. It was like 40 something, right? There was
46, I think, man.
Yeah, 46 passes. I mean, what in the leadership book, it doesn't tell you that you can fucking audible at the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude could have audible whenever. He should have been able to. I mean, I don't know how the play call goes. Maybe he's not able to. Maybe the coach doesn't allow him to. But at any point, he could have fucking audibled. And he chose not to. And he just went with what Nagy told him. And I think his belief in Nagy might hinder him a little bit from things that he can adjust and change on the field that maybe coach isn't seeing. Badge, what's your thoughts on the game, man? Where are you at with Mitch and your thoughts on the game? Obviously, I don't think any of us are going to knock on the defense.
Yeah.
You know, they did exactly what they should.
You know, I say that, I totally agree with you. You can't really knock on the defense, but I do have a little knock on that second drive, having Mack off the field and having Clinton Dix off the field. Shane brought it up on 100 Proof. Deshae Townsend came out and said that was planned. Well, that cost you the game, but your offense didn't help you. While I do believe, Mitch has a hand in it, the offensive line was not good. Coach Nagy was not good. My biggest problem, I think, with the offense was, where's the quick game? You saw a slant to Tariq Cohen that picked up a first down. I think Gabriel caught one as well. Why are we not taking advantage of the speed that this offense has? You can throw the quick game, and any one of these guys can take it to the house. Whether it's Cohen, whether it's Montgomery, whether it's Gabriel, whether it's Miller, whether it's Wims. I mean, I can go on and on. Why are we not making this a part of our offense? You see teams like the New England Patriots, like the Green Bay Packers, who the Packers a few years ago, they didn't have a running back that they had confidence in, or one was hurt. They would just run the quick game as their run game. And here we are not even using it. We're trying to run post moves, one going one way, other going another. And the fact that we had 12 rushes, what in the fuck? Like, Brad Childress was brought in, I thought, to kind of corral Nagy and really help him and kind of force him to avoid getting too pass happy. Well, last I checked, Soldier Field is an open stadium and not an arena fucking football stadium, because it seemed like we were running a lot of fucking pass plays, and the numbers clearly dictate that. So, not to jump ahead to this week, but son of a bitch, I better see fucking David Montgomery with minimum 15 carries, because this guy's a fucking game changer. And in the limited 6 touches that he had last week, he was a fucking impact player in that game. So, sorry I rambled on there, but you can tell I'm still heated. I need to get over it. I'm still pissed about Syracuse and Maryland last week. So I got to learn to let shit go, but that's something for my therapist or my wife to deal with, I guess. But, now that I've got that out, I'm looking forward to this week and seeing how we adjust. And, man, I got to see a W this week, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially with the rolling in here going up against Vic, it's kind of, it's a matchup show. It's gonna be, Vic against Nagy, and no matter how anybody spins it, that's what it's gonna be. But getting back to the game, man, I mean, you're right. Like, I know me and you talked about it earlier, but there was no quick game. There was no run game. And it was a game of fucking Madden against like a 9-year-old who just tries to throw the deep ball and beat you the whole time in that regard. And we all know that you need those underneath. You need those runs to open up the deep. But there was none of that.
None.
It just, honestly, it felt like, I don't know, maybe like right before halftime or just after halftime. I forget when it was, when those old Chicago Bears sinking feelings, snuck in and crept in, and you were
man.
Jesus, come on. Like, let's just do this. And it wasn't going that way. KB, coming over to you, man. What'd you think about the game? Thoughts, perspectives, either way, however you looked at it, man. What'd you think?
So I got an idea for a book that Mitch can read, and people might sit there and say, you know what, Ryan, man, that don't got shit to do with football.
Is it called Run Forrest Run?
You know what? It should be, but that's for Nagy. We got a book called Pimp, written by Iceberg Slim. Book is exactly what it sounds like. He ain't a pimp. How my man learned how to become one, how he was when he was a child, the steps he went through, and how he became what he became. Now, I'm not saying this in the aspects that my man Trubisky should become a pimp, but I need him to get some fucking confidence to himself. I'm sick of the I sit in the front of class pony act. I'm sick of that shit. Because to be honest, I don't believe that's Trubisky. I don't believe that's Trubisky. I seen my man dancing in a Kevin White fucking Snapchat video, and he looks like he had more swag than most black dudes I know. Where's that? That's what I want to see, because that shit translates to the field. I'm not gonna say I need him to be Baker Mayfield, but bro,
I think they're pretty close though. Like, honestly, I think Baker is him, like, he's real. He comes to the mic with, goes to the interviews as him. And I think Mitch goes to the interviews as what the Chicago Bears want him to be on the podium.
And the meeting he just had, the press conference he was just in, was indicative of what you said. Oh, they told me not to speak on that. No, you don't do that. Yeah. You come to the press conference, you say, yo, look, pull Cam Newton. Cam Newton looked like fucking Medea on his press conference after that sad-ass performance that he put on last night. And he came to the press conference and said, yo, I need to look myself in the mirror. Trubisky, I need that from Trubisky. Because when you start to get that type of confidence, you come to the podium and you speak your actual mind and not coach speak, then we're getting somewhere. This is why the city of Chicago is so hot and cold with Trubisky right now. You don't know whether it's the glass half full or the damn thing's half empty, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I need him to be him. Just like they say, be you. Come to the press conference, let loose once. Just give us one taste so we can say, okay, now that's the quarterback that's Jim McMahon. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lead us.
Give us some personality. Give us some, just be who you are. Like if I wanted to talk to a fucking, it's basically like a whiteboard, and you put on there what you want him to say, and he just reiterates everything that's there, and that's why you see him like the same comments over and over.
For sure.
And I don't.
I'm tired of hearing for sure after every question.
Definitely.
For sure.
Like we're just trying to get a little better. Trying. It's always the same thing. And like, granted, people still shit on him, right? And they're gonna shit on him no matter what. But like nobody's shitting on Cam Newton.
Right.
But,
nobody's gonna talk about how bad this dude is and that he needs to be replaced. Is he the quarterback? Nobody's gonna say that.
One time though. I mean, I think that plays a little bit into it.
Yeah, but I mean, Mitch won 11 games last year. There's a Detroit game. There's a Detroit game that Chase won, right?
Sure.
So Mitch won 11 games last year. Cam Newton's fucking lost his last 8 starts. Mm-hmm. Dude hasn't won a game in his last fucking 8 games, but yet and I think it's because of the carbon copy. I think it's because Mitch isn't himself, and he's not. There's a lot of doubt in him.
That's it. It's an act.
Yeah,
it's an act, and that's
he's
all
taking that page. He's doing what the organization is telling him to do, or I mean, and I hate to bring this up because Shane went into detail on 100 Proof about it, but his press conference the other day where he came out and said they told me not to talk about last week. You can't say that. You can't do
you don't
that.
say that shit.
Yeah.
You don't say that shit. I'm sorry. You just don't, bro.
I mean, I get some of it, right? There should be points where they tell you like, hey, if they get into this, just move off of the question quick, or answer as fast as you can and then move on, or try to change it into this or that. But there shouldn't be like I'm not prepared for that. They told me not to talk about that. Like,
we're on to Denver.
Yeah.
We're on to Denver. Like Shane said, take the Bill Belichick approach.
Exactly.
Yeah, Rex is our quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was gonna say, before we get too far into it, because I don't want to make it seem like we're just bashing Mitch, because it wasn't the Mitch's horrible show. It was a group effort. But come on, coach. Come on. See what the fucking Titans did. I'm throwing slants, I'm throwing fucking screens, and I'm running the ball. How hard is it to do that? You do the same televised screen to Mike Davis. Why is Mike Davis on the field more than David Montgomery right now? I said something about this in a show before.
Yeah.
I had that fear that they were going to use Mike Davis more. I knew he was going to start. But bro, he shouldn't be on the field when you see David Montgomery getting chunk play.
Here's the thing too, KB, and I can say this now. You look at the first play of the game, guys, when you fucking put that ball in Tariq's belly. Make that a handoff. That fucking little toss wasn't needed. Mitch, turn, put it in his belly. If you go back and look at that fucking play was blocked to perfection. Chances are it's probably not going for a touchdown, but that's a big gain play. And we're fucking dicking around with a little toss when all Mitch had to do was stretch his goddamn arm out and Tariq could put it right in his belly. That's the shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit that bugs me. I get I love that Nagy's creative, but that's a simple play that could have been run for a huge gain. And now you have that huge gain on the first play of the game. You have all the momentum. it's all yours in front of your home crowd, and the fucking place is going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of,
and,
oh, fuck, we fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not only that, you start bringing linebackers up. Like, you're like the reaction part of it, the part that, you know, that they have to stay true to is the run game. And we didn't do that at all.
You're bringing linebackers up when Green Bay had one starting linebacker that was worth a shit on the field. The other guy, I mean, Gaines, fuck, he's going to try out for the Redskins next week. Gaines could be starting a fucking linebacker for the Packers before we know it.
Yeah, we fucking cut his ass off the show for real, though.
It's all about perspective. It's all about perspective because all of that stuff being said, positive mental, dog, we could have won that game. And like everybody's like going in at the end of the day, there's a lot of positives because
I wasn't gonna say I wasn't trying to say that. I was gonna say there's not a that game should have been won. There's no cut up to it.
Right.
That game should have been a W.
Rodgers would shut the hell down. Excuse my language.
He played worse than Trubisky, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Had 2 good plays. 2 good passes.
Thank you.
And the one pass that he threw was a fucking toss-up.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Field, it's an interception.
Thank you, Ryan. Get it, girl. Thank you. Say that so I don't have to say it. Thank you.
Man,
Mitch was more sick with his guys. Robinson was killing them. All those balls that Rodgers threw up was 50-50 balls. Like, real talk, those two guys, those were on the defense. The two things that the defense did, that was Bush, and the other dude wasn't even turned around for awareness. Prince got beat twice. Rodgers went back to that dude twice off the play action. And then the dude, Bush, got to turn around. Even a Jimmy Graham touchdown, that should have been picked off. Like, dude, what are you doing? Go after the ball. You ain't checking the guy. This ain't basketball. Why are you trying to box him out? Go to the dang ball, bro. And so Rodgers got saved. Whatever, done deal. But that's what I'm saying. That's the positives. Did you see Mitch going back shoulder to Allen Robinson on the sideline, back to back? That joint was dope. Like, I saw a lot of positives in my guy. And so his footwork, like I said, he was willing to run up the middle of the field. The behind the shoulder throw to Montgomery, that joint was beautiful. And so there are some positives, man. There's a lot of positives, but at the same time, guys, Josh Daniels, are we gonna act like we didn't see the missed blocks? Are we gonna act like we didn't see that when, like, yo, the guy just came through the A gap clean on Mitch? So
dude, that's all fucking preseason reps, Gaines. I hate to say it.
Did you say Josh Daniels though?
Did I say Josh Daniels?
Josh?
No, I didn't say Josh.
Until he can block.
Until his name is blocked, his name is Josh.
That motherfucker's Josh. Go ahead, man. My bad.
That's a very valid point by Gaines. You take your left guard and your center and you swap them, and they get, what, 3 preseason reps? Mm-hmm. Right? Because wasn't the starting O-line out there with Mitch for those 3 handoffs in game 1?
Yeah.
And that's it? Well, clearly, Kyle Long, James Daniels, and Cody Whitehair were not on the same page. And the only way you get on the same page is rehearsing that in the preseason. I get it. I don't want guys on our team to get hurt either. But after seeing this performance week 1 by the offensive line and the head coach, who, mind you, I'll bring this up, gave the play calling duties away in the 3rd and 4th preseason.
Yeah. I was about to talk about that.
Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
it's okay, man.
You know,
it's okay.
It's okay. But to me, you look at these things, and I really hope that when
it ain't okay.
No, it's not okay. I'm fucking when we approach the preseason next year, first of all, I'm hoping it's only 2 games, number one, because 4 games, I think at this point we don't need. I want to see our starters getting reps in the preseason, whether it's 1 series, 2 series. If it's 1 series, they go 3 and out. Okay, that's not enough. Put them back in. Let's see something. from these guys. Get a drive together. I think back for the last few years of the preseason, and I just can't think of a drive. And I'll go back to, I mean, even the end of the Lovie Smith era. I can't think of a preseason drive where I sat there and went, holy shit, we came out in a preseason game and put a nice drive together. I'm hopeful looking at the upcoming season. Well, this year I didn't get the opportunity to because there was 3 fucking handoffs. So
Yeah.
I really hope Nagy takes a look at this and says, you know what, we messed up. He doesn't need to say it to us. If he's saying it to his coaches, fine. I don't care. But the NFL is kind of going to, seems to be there's teams following that protocol. Well, you look at the teams who did that and didn't play a majority of their starters. I mean, the Packers were another one. Well, they didn't fucking look worth the shit either. So, you know,
Yeah.
I think it needs to change, and I really hope it does. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and you know,
I'm fucking.
no, you're good.
I
And,
apologize.
like, Nagy was still stuck on camp calling, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude.
Like, if he would have, maybe he calls some games. Maybe he fucking actually does the offensive coordinating in some damn games and doesn't pass it off to Ragone and Helfrich or whatever. But he was literally in let's run plays that we ran in camp, which is why we seen so many fucking passes. Because that's what they do in camp. Camp, they hardly ever run. You know, they're stuck in this big play pass mode. And I honestly think that he missed some growing in preseason. And I think the offense definitely missed fucking growing in the preseason. And I know everybody's like, oh, well, but if they would have started, they had the possibility of getting hurt. Well, this bitch has the possibility of getting hurt walking up to his fucking mansion. Mm-hmm. You know, he has the possibility of getting hurt everywhere. Mm-hmm. I think, you know what, you're paying the man, you're like, they're there to perform a job, to do something, right? And that's what you pay them for. Getting reps and that, and it's a double-edged sword. I get it, but this is why you come out and lose a game. And like you were saying earlier with the whole fucking Mac and haha thing, it was a package. They had removed them. Yep. And they said that they were talking about they had plans to, you know, have them in and out. Well, if these dudes had the conditioning throughout preseason, full game conditioning or fucking rep conditioning, maybe they don't need to come out. We seen it last year, fucking game 1 against Green Bay, where our defense just got tired out, man. Yep. They were just they weren't used to that much at one time, and they were just fucking beat. Well, this year they're like, well, we'll move them in and out. And granted, I know it was one play, but it was the one big play, you know, the lucky break open play that changed the fucking game, and these dudes were out for it.
But Bobby, to your point on that, you look at Mac last year, week 1, he had no training camp, and look what he did. To come he needed a break on the fucking second or third series of the game already. He had no training camp last year. This year he went through the whole thing. I just don't, you know, the coaching decisions to me this first week, I think outweigh anything else of what happened on the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if it's exactly that Mac needed a break. I think it's that they wanted to rotate him in and out so that he wasn't fucking wore out towards the end. And if a package comes in and they're like, hey, Mac, you're off. Haha, you're off. Those dudes are just going to run off the field because that's what they do. It's not like they're going to turn around and be like, but no, coach, I want to stay in. Like, they're going to fucking go off the field.
Yep.
And I think that we out-schemed ourselves. We out-called ourselves. And, you know, we basically had, like I said, we played the game like we were down 28 fucking points.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, this is what we get for it.
Can I pose a question to you guys, Bobby? I want to get your opinion on this, right? So, you know, we made a practice, we made a move today. I can't even remember when it was, right? So we bring in this tight end from the Redskins, right? So I'm looking at that as, well, Trey Burton's not playing this week. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But in order to bring this guy in, we release Abdullah Anderson, clears waivers, we sign him to the practice squad, and we release James Vaughters. Now, to me, I think that is an awful move. We're carrying 6 inside linebackers, and if they want to rotate the outside linebackers so much, why not have James Vaughters up on the roster to put somebody in there that's going to give some pressure? You know what I mean? Or move RRH outside then on a couple of plays.
Batch is in on the fucking Roy Rob again?
No, he was fantastic. He made me eat my words. I'm all about shit. I'm going to fucking buy an RRH jersey right now. I don't give a shit. I'll wear that shit. I'll make it my underwear, so I wear it every fucking day because this dude made me fucking shut up. But the fact that I get the 6 inside linebackers for special teams, but letting Vaughters go, obviously I haven't seen if he's been picked up anywhere, been added to anybody else's practice squad. I just think we're missing something there with this guy. He was the guy in the preseason that I thought showed out more than anybody. And to have him in that rotation, coming in, fresh legs, guys not, sure what to expect from him. I mean, Leonard Floyd balled out. I mean, this dude was a monster without a shadow of a doubt. Imagine now you've got Vaughters coming from the other side, even though Mac's not on the field. Vaughters is quick, has that quickness where I feel like Aaron Lynch is more of a power guy. Did Aaron Lynch make any sort of impact the other night?
Yeah, he had a sack, didn't he?
Oh, did he have a sack? I haven't had a chance to watch the tape, dude.
Yeah. I think he had one, but you're right. Like, I don't like the Anderson move. I don't like the tight end move when we had, look how, so if you're looking for an up-and-comer, right, we had enough. A couple of them got picked up, a couple of them didn't, but either way, we got rid of them knowing that that was one of our fucking weak points.
Yeah, man.
When you're stocked and you have extras and you can make moves, this is why originally, my 53 had 5 tight ends on it. One, because I don't believe in fucking soul.
Nope. 2,
because Shaheen can't make it through fucking 3 weeks without being hurt. 3, Trey Burton is just Trey. There's fucking question marks all around him. I don't know. It's just you have 3 tight ends right now that you can't trust, and then you got Ben Broniker.
And the funny part about Broniker, Bobby, is we heard guys that went to camp say, "Oh man, Broniker, really was a guy that flashed in camp." This dude didn't play in the preseason either. Yet, I don't even, I don't think he had an impact on this game at all. Where a guy that we saw play in the preseason is now sitting on the Jets practice squad and Ian Bunting.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring it up, but what you saw in the preseason, this guy made plays, and now we had to go pull this other dude from the Redskins that they waived when we could have had a guy here already. Nagy talked about this kid showing out in the offseason. And, I don't know. I don't
understand why, guys. I love what's the name? Harstad, 44? Bring that guy back. Why not give him give him a shot? He was acrobatic. He put his whole body on the field, his body on the line. I want to say that at the end of preseason. But it's all the way around, man.
Would be Horsted and fucking Button. This is the biggest drop ball so far.
Nailed it, KB.
Both of those fucking tight ends would be on my roster right now.
Yeah,
Bunting can block. Bunting can catch. Horsted is a fucking receiver playing tight end.
Boom.
Yes, man.
Where Who do we have doing either of that right now?
I mean, we could have Cordell Patterson doing it, but yet we fucking put him in at running back at 3rd and 1. You know what I mean? Just the ability.
And Josh Daniels falls down.
The ability to. So not only, like, we know that the play call was fucked up, right? Everybody's in agreement to that. I think every Chicago Bears fan is agreeing that the play call and the scheme was fucking wrong. But if you start doing some of these like quick games, some of these short passes to tight ends, you know, and even fucking running backs coming out of the backfield or slot receiver, whatever it is, right? You start to build confidence. You don't build confidence in your guys or in your quarterback by throwing fucking deep balls the whole damn game and not running the ball. You know, like, you just don't. If you started with a couple underneath, couple here, couple there, everybody knows this shit. It's not like it's something new or some big fucking, oh my gosh moment. That's how you build confidence in a team. That's how you get going. That's your oil to get the machine moving. And then you break it open with big plays. And you get the fucking cornerbacks coming up. You get the linebackers trying to fucking cover underneath. And that's when you blow something open for the deep ball. And we did not scheme appropriately to allow ourselves to fucking take advantage of shit. You know, we throw into triple fucking coverage and we give Amos a dagger to be like, yeah, here you go, Bears fans. I know, yeah, what I had 3 interceptions over 3 years. Fuck you. I got one game 1. You lost. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter anymore, like, how many he had or how many he didn't have. It's the only thing that matters is he fucking grabbed the one. It's like a Rudy Rudiger thing. Like, he had the one that put us to rest. He had the one that put us to rest, that ended our game, and that's all he really needed. Let's go ahead and we'll wrap this thing up. If you guys got any more things on Bears Packers, fucking fire away.
One quick thing that I'm glad we don't have to worry about anymore was shout out to my man Panero for knocking down his first field goal as a professional.
And that was dope.
I mean, that was dope, and he's on my fantasy team. And
Rest in peace, Eddie Money, actually. Now that you said that,
yeah, Eddie Money. And
so of course, that's what's up.
He's on my fantasy team.
Straight up. But then, Bob, and then at the end of the day, it was still ours for the taking because the only reason we don't have the W to support the work that was put in because we was 3 for 15 on 3rd down. At the end of the day, that's it. Because we didn't even give him that many chances. I don't care. I don't even want to get into why he didn't kick that one field goal, whatever. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, we didn't convert enough 3rd downs. We weren't aggressive enough on 3rd and 1s, especially the 3rd and 1s. Those are the ones you got to get, and those are the ones. I'm not tripping. Like, I used to get really mad at these type of situations. I'm not mad because I'm a trusting my coach for one thing. He said the reason why he didn't play him in the preseason because they were practicing so hard. And this offensive game was uncharacteristic of what he's seen in practice. Let's just take that for face value for right now. Okay? How about this? Everybody so damn worried about Vic coming into town. Are we going to see Vic? Von Miller and Chubb didn't even get a sack, I think. They only had like 4 QB pressures combined. And that was against Oakland. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think it's okay for everything that we didn't do. The Packers, they did what they're supposed to do. They came into town, they stole a W. That's what you're supposed to do when you go into a hostile environment.
That cocky motherfucking Rodgers.
I can't wait. I can't. But no, he knows what's coming. He knows. He knows what's coming. He knows what's coming. Just like last year, we'll eliminate his butt again.
Your point on 3rd and 1 gains, I had a Packer fan say to me last Friday after this game, he took me back to to a happy moment where we clinched the division, but brought up the 3rd and 1 play in the red zone where they had Tariq Cohen in the Wildcat, Mitch lined up out as a receiver, and Tariq to give the ball to Jordan Howard. It's 3rd and 1. Put your fucking quarterback under center, hand him the ball. That's the type of shit we need to see. Now, they tried it with Cordell Patterson and Kenny Clark, fucking James Daniels, he just missed. You know, I mean, I don't know what more to say, you know, on it, but at least it was a Mitch under center turn around to hand the ball off. I'm happy to see that, but I got to stop talking about the Packers or I'm going to lose my shit.
I mean, you've seen 3rd and 1s all week, and you've seen it in the Monday night games. You've seen it in the Sunday games. And 3rd and 1, you see quarterbacks under center, take the ball, fucking dive forward.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Now it's 4th and inches. Cool. Do it again.
Time.
Yeah.
Right. I think Tom Brady all the time. The Patriots don't give – the Patriots remind me of when I coached baseball. If I had a fast runner on, I didn't have it. You know what my fucking steal sign was? I would look at my kid on first. I go, hey, you, steal second. Make your catcher throw my guy out. I didn't give a shit. If you threw him out, okay, you got me. But guess what? 95% of the time, my guy wasn't getting thrown out. And that's Bill Belichick. He don't give a shit. I'm going to run power right 6 fucking plays in a row. You stop me.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can't do it.
And we have the personnel to do that. That's the funny thing about it. We have the personnel for that. We have the offensive line for it. Montgomery makes people miss. Montgomery makes people miss. And so does Mitch. Did you guys? I mean, he got hit. Mitch always makes the first guy miss. If he gets freaking out, if he gets loose, I feel like Mitch could break away for 50. Mitch could break away for 50 because he's always that shoestring tackle. And so there's a lot of positives, man. Let's go ahead and move forward to Denver, dog, because I just feel like we're gonna wake up the NFL.
Yeah, you're right. He showed it last week, and the last thing I got on this whole thing is like maybe this is what we needed. You know, the emotions and the I don't know if I would really say I guess like they just weren't really humble coming in, right? Yeah, and they just got a big ass piece of it. And Nagy, 100%, in my opinion, nobody's gonna change my mind. He thinks that he has to be smarter than the game. Right. Like all you really have to do is you're a good coach. Believe in yourself, go at it. You don't have to be smarter. You don't have to have people like, oh, did you see what Coach Nagy just called? Like, stop with the cute shit. Stop with the fucking antics and just punch somebody.
Get the first down. Just get the first down.
Yeah, like believe in your dudes. Like come out there like, hey fellas, look, it's 3rd and 1. Are you telling me that their defensive line is going to beat you right now? Because I'm going to give the ball to this dude, and we're going to run right up your ass crack. Push fucking forward. I need 1 yard. Can we get it? And then you kind of put it on the onus on your dudes to fire. You know, you fire them up a little bit, put it on them to go out there and do it. And I think he gets a little too cute with the whole, I got to be smarter than the fucking NFL. Like, no, you don't. You just have to get yards. But yeah, all right. So that's it on the whole fucking Packer Bears thing. You know, we got another one coming up. We'll see. This is how we started last year, Bears fans. Don't get too fucking sad, but it's just the way it goes. I tried to rewatch it again on the coach's tape. It's not available in my territory. The fucking Japan just doesn't like the NFL app, and it says that the app is not available in your territory. I can't get fucking NFL ticket.
Wait, are you paying for that, dude?
Yeah, I told Carrie to go ahead and cancel it because I can't.
I'd be bitching like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, it tells me that it's not like to access NFL Game Pass. Please search the store. We apologize for any inconvenience, but this app is no longer available in your territory.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. We get like 4 games on Sunday. So it's on the AFN, the Armed Forces Network, but either way, whatever, man. All right, let's move into Denver. We're going to Denver. I think we got there on Thursday, right? I think they got out there Thursday, but who knows? I mean, you got Mile High. You got everybody is always talking about, you know, conditioning and the air is thick and they can't breathe. Like, what the fuck ever. Denver had a good showing. They came out, had a good showing, but then they got the fucking doors blown off of them towards the end. They couldn't finish. And KB, I'm going to come at you to start this thing, man. I'm looking up something right now as I'm talking because I don't exactly remember. But KB, I'll come to you, man. What do you see from this Chicago-Denver game, and what are you most interested to see when kickoff starts?
The one big thing is always going to be the chess match that we are going to see. That's going to be naturally between Fangio and Nagy. Hopefully, Nagy gets his head out his ass and calls a no bullshit game and gets done with this cutesy shit that we do. The next thing would be defense. To me, it's defense versus defense. I would love to see how well our defense plays against theirs, and I know Denver fans want to see how well their defense plays against our offense. So that's going to be one of the second keys. And third is Mitch. What are we going to see from Mitch? Is it good Mitch or bad Mitch? Because I believe every fan in the world that's a Bears fan is wanting to see Mitch from the Detroit game or Mitch from the Buccaneers game. You want to see that type of confidence. You want to see that kind of conviction when he throws the fucking ball. So I would say those are my three keys, the three things that I'm looking for most. What the defense is, the chess match, and how well Mitch plays.
Yeah, and a lot of it's scheming, right? It's scheming your guys open. It's making them think you're going to do this and you do that. And I honestly think like this one. So Vic, they gave up 10 points in the fourth quarter. That's what I was looking at before. So that was our problem with Vic last year, right? That he would the defense would do great first, second, third quarter. Fourth quarter, they'd blow it out their ass. Out of the 24 points, they gave up 10 of them in the fourth quarter, lost the game. But I think that we're gonna. The only thing that scares me in this game, right, is that he thinks he has to outsmart Vic. It's not. I don't think it needs to be about that. I think it just needs to be fucking scheme your guys to what you want to do. Who cares what you know about Vic or what he does? Just your talent level is higher than theirs. Yeah. Use it. Go out there and just and do your thing. But I think this is going to be another game where we try to out fucking smart our opponent, and it kind of blows up in our face a little bit. What are you thinking there, Badge?
Well, it's funny you say that because Nagy made a comment. He was posed a question in his press conference, I want to say Tuesday, where somebody asked him if he was going to run any plays that Vic has seen in his offense. And the response was, no, Vic has never seen any of these plays. So that to me right there tells me that Nagy, already knowing that Vic knows what the offense is capable of, he did not want him to see anything. Now, hopefully that means we come out and I'm going to bring it back to Lovie Smith. We get off the bus running the football. I'm hoping that's what we see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, if he wants to outsmart him, you come out and run the fucking ball.
Boom!
You call no nonsense bullshit fucking plays.
Yeah, KB, man, I'm right there with you, dude. I just think, Gaines brought it up earlier where Miller and Chubb combined only had 4 pressures. We saw that last year with Vic. He likes to drop his outside linebackers into coverage, and he didn't change that MO week 1 against the Raiders. Now, is that because he kind of took them for granted and was overlooking Oakland to prepare to match up with the team that he was the defensive coordinator for the last 3 years? Hard to say. We probably don't know and may never know. But to that point, we have to be prepared that he's not going to drop them in coverage. So that means Bobby Massey. That means Charles Leno Jr. That means our offensive line needs to be able to communicate. And Harry Hiestand, I'll be 100% honest, over these last 2 seasons, I'm not impressed with Harry Hiestand. You think back to last season where we had a lot of offensive line trouble running the football when you had Kyle Long hurt, so you brought in Witzman and a few of the other guys. I can't even think off the top of my head who some of the other guys were, but
yeah,
and then you look at these problems week one. I know Olin Kreutz. I'm not bagging on Olin or Roberto Garza. I know they support him 100%, but these guys better have our tackles prepared and the rest of the offensive line as well, because if we see another outing like week one, it's going to be tough to rebound off of that.
So that's where. So my only thing is I put it on the stand where he prepares the dudes for the game, right?
Yeah.
He prepares them for the game to do what they do. On the second half of it, I put it on fucking James Daniels because he's the one calling the fucking front.
It's a good point.
And maybe he's not ready for that. Maybe he can't fucking shift or call where guys need to go.
Do you think this switch needed to be made, Bobby? Because to me, I don't feel like that's something that anybody has talked about. Like, you heard it all last offseason. They need to switch Daniels to center and move Whitehair to guard because, Whitehair can't snap the football. And yet we got to the season last year, and to me, other than the injuries and having guys that come in that weren't that great, I thought Daniels and Whitehair were good where they were. So to get to the offseason and make that switch, and then seeing what happened week one, and I'm going, what the fuck did we do that for?
Dude, well, we gave up 11 quarterback hits. We gave up, I think it was 5 sacks.
Yeah.
If your center cannot read a defense and call the blocking scheme the way it's supposed to be, this is what you're going to get. Granted, sure, the kid's great. 2nd round pick. Everybody's calling him an all-pro, this and that. He should be center. Who fucking knows? He might have trouble reading the defense. That's not on Hestand. Hestand can't tell the center like what he's gonna read. You know what I'm saying? The center's just out there reading it as it comes. Granted, yes, he should prepare him for it. He should say, hey, when you see this, do this. When you see that, do this. But I think that's something that Daniels isn't 100%. He's not a pro at that yet. And it's something that Whitehair is really good at. He's able to make those calls and do those things. And I don't think Daniels is really ready for that yet. There was actually, I want to say there was like 1 or 2 plays where Daniels didn't play center. And I don't know if he was off the field or not, but there was a couple plays where he wasn't even in at center. I don't know what the outcome of those plays were, but I'm just saying it's not all on Mitch. It's not all on Nagy. It's not all on Hestand. It's a collective effort. And if you can't call the scheme from the center position, or you know what I mean, and call the blocking the right way, this is what we're going to see every week.
Yeah, dude, totally. He was a center in college, so you would think that, he would at least have some of that. But the one play that stands out to me was, I want to say it was one of the first sacks of the game. Like I said, I haven't watched.
Savage came up the middle, A-gap.
Him and Martinez. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, Daniels goes one way, Long goes the other. Mm-hmm. Nobody touches anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Daniels took 3 steps to the left.
Yes,
and I'm like,
sir.
Bro, do you not see this guy coming up the middle? But Long trusted him. It's okay. Like, they got to have trust. They got to have faith that everybody's going to be where they're supposed to be at. But then Long left them because Long had his guy. And I just think Daniels made the wrong read. But it's things like that. That stuff plays to a quarterback psyche. And if a quarterback feels like, hey, if he's not holding his block, I got to move. I got to do something different. I got to maybe lock on to a receiver that I wasn't planning to lock on to. All these different little things come into effect. But I feel like they're gonna get it cleaned up for sure.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get it cleaned up, but I think it's a lot of things that could have been addressed in the preseason. I think it's It's lessons that could have been learned in the preseason. You could have seen this. Stan could have used this as teaching points in the preseason to be like, hey, dog, did you see where you called fucking a shift left and those motherfuckers came smoking right? Like, this is why, and this is how you do this and that. And I think it's a lot of valuable time wasted. I don't know. I mean, if you're getting ready for war, are you not fucking training your dudes because you don't want them to be tired when war comes?
Right.
Like,
Preach, Bobby.
You're still training everybody. So this whole aspect of the whole, I don't know, man. I don't agree with any of it. We kind of got away from Denver, though. we were supposed to be talking about.
We went back to Packers. Did we go back to the Packers?
That's my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, we started on fucking Denver, and then we just kind of stopped.
Those Jack and Cokes are tasting pretty good right now.
Dude, it's fucking 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean for you. I meant for me.
Well, fuck it. I'll drink with you. Hold on a minute. Let me get out of the fucking. I'm literally still laying in bed. So.
So Bobby, why you pouring that for us, for all of us? Khalil Mack, this should be his game. This is his former division. Yeah. And so if anybody should be a customer, it should be him. And real talk, the DBs in Denver don't scare me at all. This is not the guys that back in the day in their prime and stuff. And so
you're right.
We have the best wide receiving core in the NFL. We're gonna spread them out. With that being said, we got to be careful what we ask for. We don't want Mitch throwing those quick slants, because if Vic is known to have the Will and the Sam go in the zone, that's how those things get picked off, because those outside linebackers go into the zone. And so if anything else, you got to thread those needles. If the guys hold their block and if you have the slants, Mitch can throw those guys open if once those slants reach the opposite side of the field, Alpo. So if Mitch throws to the sideline, it's throwing to a spot on the field, Mitch could throw those guys open, and our wide receivers have the speed to take that upfield for 6. And so we got to be careful what we ask for, and we can't get caught into tendencies. I did like what Mitch said is whoever's open is going to get the ball. I like what he said. And so that's what's up. Throw it to the open person. Don't just do it just to do it. Don't just check the box. Just at the end of the day, man, win the damn game, man. Get the first down.
Yeah, at the end of the day, win the damn game. I think we all agree.
I know this. I know this. If he's preaching that whoever's the open fucking receiver is going to get the ball, he better see the damn receiver.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sick of this. My man's got wide receivers open down the field and we not hitting them.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he tucks and runs a little bit. You know, he needs to I don't know. Not that he tucks and runs too much, but I think there's a point to it where he's feels the pressure and he no longer looks downfield and he kind of looks to just run. You know what I mean?
Did you see that, Bobby, in the during the game? They made that a point of emphasis. Chris Collinsworth and Al Michaels talking about how
I fucking hate Collinsworth, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? I mean, he's still choking on Aaron Rodgers' dick right now. But they made it a point of emphasis to talk about they want this offense to be effective without Mitch having to run. And it's like they feel it was almost like they feel like he's looking to run instead of throw. Listen, I don't give a fuck how we move the ball. When he runs, he's an effective runner. He moves the chains. I don't give a shit how we pick up first downs and put points on the board. If that's Mitch scrambling, do I want him to get hurt? No, obviously not. But that's why they have quarterbacks slide feet first. But at the same time, to me, as long as he's picking up positive yardage, he's moving the chains, and it's keeping the defense off balance, fuck it. Why does it matter?
It doesn't. Stop spoon feeding this guy, because we letting Patrick Mahomes tear up the NFL, and this dude is like letting loose. Let this guy loose. And I love what KB said, because when KB was talking about Mitch being himself, you see Mitch's swag, and KB's absolutely right. Mitch has a great feel, and it has to translate. His life in football, it really shouldn't be separate because you live in two different lives. And if you can't be yourself on the field, it's the same person. It's the same person. Let him be him because the defense has to fear it. And so when the defense says, oh, we're going to let Mitch beat us, y'all want to smack you in your face, man. It's disrespectful. Don't you ever talk about my quarterback like that because he will beat you. But at the same time, Nagy and the coach, we have to put him in position. Let the dude be him. He needs to be feared on every single aspect. If the defense is afraid of everything, that's less things to be available. So let's go.
Yeah. But all of this plays into each other. You know what I'm saying? All of this does start and end with the play calling. It all plays into each other. The fucking pass game opens up more when your run game's on point. Your run game opens up more when your fucking pass game is on point. The scrambling and getting yards opens up more when your fucking pass game is on point. All that shit plays into each other. And when you come out and you're like, hey, like kind of what Badge was saying, but not in that regard. Like if you come out and said, hey, I'm going to throw the ball 46 fucking times and I'm going to run it 12. People like the defense is going to be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, like this is the same thing that we were bitching about with the fucking John Fox era.
Yep.
We mentioned this last year when we were saying that John Fox, we wanted him to run more. Nagy, we wanted him to, John Fox, we wanted him to pass more. Nagy, we want him to run more. We're not gonna be happy either way. We're gonna find something to bitch about, and we're gonna bitch about it because that's what fucking fans do. If there's a loss, there's something like if it's not one play that lost the game or one person that lost the game, then we're gonna bitch about play calling.
Yep.
It's just the way that it goes. But I think to plot and scheme, you're basically just telling the person like, hey, this is what we're going to do. And that's it. Like, try to stop it. But we're not that good at that yet.
Right,
and it's not fucking Bill Belichick. It's not Tom Brady. Like, if we tell anybody we're going to throw the ball 50 fucking times in a game and run it fucking 10, well, right. we're going to lose.
Facts.
I don't know how we keep jumping off of Denver, but
we're just fired up because, and you know, the funny thing is, like, KB and Gaines brought up the fact about Mitch being himself, and the fucking mantra of this organization and Nagy's mantra, it's on his fucking play card, is be you, you know. And KB, man, you fucking nailed it. Gaines hit it out of the park with it as well. Mitch ain't being himself. Like, it's on Nagy's play card. I don't know if we need to tattoo it on his ball sack or what, but he's got to be himself, man. Like, you guys nailed it out of the park, and I hope that this week in Denver that changes. And I really think the run game is going to help him do that. The quick pass game is going to help him do that. And hopefully this is the step forward in Denver that really shows what this team was last year and how they became division champions, and we start to move towards that goal that we've preached about all offseason, and that's the Super Bowl.
And then real quick, fellas, before I gotta run. If you give one of the best dang quarterbacks that many opportunities, we went 3 for 15. If you give him that many opportunities, eventually he's going to find a crease. That ain't Joe Flacco. That's Captain King check down. You saw what Baltimore did this weekend. You see what I'm saying? We ain't. That's not gonna happen. Like, I feel like our defense is gonna eat. We probably gonna definitely get a pick six. It's gonna be Mitch is gonna have more opportunities. But at the same time, we shut that down. You understand we keep going back to the Packers. It's my fault too now. But at the same time, we're gonna get a lot more opportunities. Because the first four drives, they punted. The Packers punted. And so that was against Aaron Rodgers, dog. He was shut down. I think it was his worst attempts, lowest yards of his career of any start. And then we going against Joe Flacco. No disrespect, Joe. I'm just saying he got a big arm. But if our defense is intact, I just feel like our defense is going to eat supremely. They're going to eat hearty. And so
go ahead,
Bob.
Last year, right? We come out, we lose against the Packers at Lambeau, I think, right? We come out, blow the doors off them at the beginning and lose. Week 2, I want to say we went up against the Seahawks and
Monday Night
we won.
Football. Yep.
Yeah, we won that game by 7
in Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, exactly. In the 12. You know what I'm saying? In one of the fucking stadiums that is supposedly the worst stadium to play in.
Right.
That was home. That was a home game.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
a home game.
yeah. I fucked that up too. Either way, but we came back and we battled back from adversity and did our thing. The only thing that kind of gets me, right? We got this fired up offense, fired up defense. Defense scored more fucking touchdowns than some of the fucking offenses in the league last year. Not really, but let's stretch the truth here. But we didn't touch the end zone. Yeah. We did not punch the ball in, and that's some things that like it definitely weighs on this team. I think we seen last year that we kept talking about how after the first 15 scripted plays, there's like we can't do anything correct. We don't know what we're doing anymore. Well, we didn't even get that this year. We didn't get a fucking 15 scripted plays or 10 scripted plays that were supposed to walk us downfield. And I don't think the Packers defense is that great.
Right.
And we struggled against a defense that's not that good. So where are we at against Denver? Coming in against Denver. KB, will come over to you, man. What do you see? Like, Denver's defense gave up, 24 points, 23 points to the Raiders? Is this a defense, is it over for them? I know they got some big shot callers over there. They got some game, some game breakers, but can we come out against this Denver defense and put some fucking points on the board?
If you do what your quarterback is good at doing, which is it's all predicated off running the ball. It's this thing called play action and rolling out in a play action and getting him on the run.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
This play that we had during this Packers game, which I'm getting tired of referencing at this point already. But I don't know if you guys seen it, but he throws a strike to Taylor Gabriel. A strike. I seen that once. Yeah. One time. Why do we see that one time? If we see more of that, we see more of this quick game, some of these actual setup screens, and you actually utilize your weapon, Tariq Cohen, instead of throwing him the ball 4 times and not letting him run the ball at all outside of the one play. Then you can see something similar to what you've seen in Oakland. And I truly believe that. But as far as me going to say I'm going to pick points and I believe that we're going to score and do all this shit, I don't know. Because I don't know what the hell Nagy's going to do. Nagy might come out and want to be cute again. Think he's the smartest man in the room. And we can put up another 3 points.
I'm sorry. We already have the smartest man on this network, the money man, Mr. Shane Marsaw.
Exactly. And that's all that's the only person that needs to be the smartest man right now. I need Nagy to I'm not going to say dumb the plays down. Run the fucking ball. Mm-hmm. You traded up for this kid for one reason. Run the ball. Play action.
I need him to fucking, this offense should be, it's predicated on building up, right? Mm-hmm. You don't need the fucking deep shot. There's so many playmakers, so many dudes on this team that the small pass, the short pass will become the deep play. The fucking 2nd and 2 handoff, right, will become the fucking 64-yard run for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. You don't need to blow this fucking thing wide open and be flashy. I think that he wants to be flashy, right? And maybe that's just a young coach thing. Maybe he's got his offensive coordinator hat on a little too tight. And I think he tries to be college football, high schoolish, instead of building a system and, a routine that gets him downfield. If you look at the opening drives of last year's games, we nickeled and dimed. And that's a thing that people were bitching about. Well, Mitch only throws short passes. Mitch can't fucking move the ball. Mitch can't do this, can't do that. It was bullshit. It was a fucking narrative that really doesn't make any sense. Our dudes, I forget what the exact stats were, but like yards after catch, they weren't that high last year. It was a lot. There was a lot of passing, but the yards after catch the yak wasn't really that great. So get back to who cares what people say? Get back to the nickel and dime.
You know what's funny, Bobby? To hear you say that, man, one of the things that we talked about a shit ton last year, obviously different running backs, was having Cohen and Howard in the backfield at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Now, we fucking talked about that week over week last year on the Barfly Tailgate Show. Now we're to this point on the original Barfly Tailgate Show, and you look at play one last year, you had
it's a fucking kidney shot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Much better show this year.
Proceed.
So you had all three running backs on the field for the first play of the game, right? Now, Montgomery went in motion. You had Mike Davis, I believe, in a wing position, I believe, on that side that Montgomery went in motion to. That play design I loved. I want to see multiple running backs on the field at a time because it's beneficial to this offense. Specifically, putting a Tariq Cohen and a David Montgomery in the backfield on either side of Mitch or behind Mitch, however they want to do it together, because defense is really how are you gonna go up against that? How are you going to stop that? Because who's going to get the ball? You don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, real quick, Bobby. My fault, Bobby. Real quick.
Hit it.
It's one thing I think we're missing here. And what was Nagy doing in the last 5 years? Are we missing the fact of a threatening tight end that people are scared of? Like, Kelsey is Kelsey for a reason. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how much – it might not have to be the dominant player, but how much of that tight end not being there allows the safety to look at our number one, number two, number three wide receivers. You see what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
And so the fact that Shaheen, the guys really couldn't help block yet on week one, or they weren't getting open to catch the ball. You see what I'm saying? We put so much emphasis on that. The tight end does so much, and it takes so much direction it takes attention for the safety. And so all these little things come into play. We want our quarterback to do all these things, but at the same time, it's different from his outlook when you have the safety that's not scared of a tight end. So is Trey gonna be Trey, or are we getting a tight end in the second round next year? Like, let's go. Put some damn protein in Shaheen's diet. Like, come on, get that guy some amino acids. Like, come on,
Chipotle, motherfucker.
Come on, something. And so, but Bob, you guys can speak on that. I'm about to ready to bounce out of here real quick. But I want to hear what you guys, if you all think this is an issue, because I just think we're lacking in that threatening position from the tight end that takes the pressure off an Allen Robinson who's ready to break out. That dude can catch.
No, I mean, you're right, though. I mean, going with the tight end thing, there's a confidence level that we lose, right? Like, I mean, if you look at it, the Bears went 12-4 with fucking Trey Burton starting. And it's a known fact. We went 12-4 with Trey Burton starting. What happened in the playoff game that he didn't play? Oh, we lost. What happened in the first game this season that he didn't play? We lost. So we're fucking 0-2 without Burton. Is that a confidence thing? Is it a comfortability thing? Who knows? But it's definitely something to it, to where there's Mitch is just a little more comfortable when Burton's out there. How that's going to play into this week, who knows? Is, like Badge mentioned earlier, is signing another tight end, for like showing us that there's something drastically wrong here and we need to, look into it.
It's a question. It is. It's a question. I mean, why make that move? Because he's signed to the active roster. It wasn't like we made this move and put him on the practice squad. He's in all essence, he might be part of the 40 6 guys that played this week.
Yeah, but the real question is, did Gaines add him to his fucking fantasy team yet?
Who's that? Who's that?
Gaines has got him on his fantasy team, then this dude's about to ball out.
Which
Look
one?
at you. You a fucking owl?
New dude.
No.
Dog, it's fucking 11 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, and you dudes got me drinking fucking whiskey already.
Yes.
I don't know how this is going to go.
All fucked up.
All right, so, yeah, Gaines, we're talking about tight end. I know you got to bounce out, dude. Do your thing. You know, whatever you got to take care of, fucking, we'll touch back. Obviously after the game, see how everything goes. But appreciate you coming on, dude. Go ahead if you got any shout outs or anything you want to hit up before you roll out. Fucking
no, man, just real quick, man. Just Bobby, I appreciate your service, brother. 9/11 was this week and everything, and that's not just a one-time, once a year thing we talk about. I appreciate your service, dog. That's not just like I'm not blowing smoke. Shout out Dr. Phil. But no, Bobby, man, you my Marine, bro. You my dog, man. And if you ever need me, dog, you can send me a private jet, and I'm on my way to get you back, bro. And so I appreciate your service at Badge, at KB, AC. I appreciate you guys. It's about to be an amazing season. Shane, Phil, Aldo, everybody keep kicking butt on 100 proof. And check out Badge and my man Danny Shimon. They dropping nuggets all about college football. And so check that out. Bears Barroom is going to the top. And then cause we've been there, we ain't letting go. Shout out to my man Trey Busy, dropping nuggets and helping a lot of people with Let's Talk It Out podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of growth.
Yep,
There's growth in
sure.
all aspects of life, man. And this is about unity and fellowship and people coming together for a common goal. And so we're going to continue to bear down. We're not going to let the punk ass, we're not going to let the punk butt media, like, get us all frazzled and razzled. We know our quarterback better than they do because they just watching highlights and everything. I feel like we have the character. Nagy said something right. We have the type of guys that handle this type of adversity. And so just shout out to Bears Nation. Let's stay unified and let's do it, man. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you all after the game on Sunday.
Hell yeah! Before you roll out, Gaines, let me get a game prediction, man. Give me a score. Are we gonna tally them? Wait, so we didn't do this week 1. Are we gonna tally them up this year?
We
Is there a
should.
competition here or what?
Because everybody's 0-1 now.
Well, not everybody, just us in Detroit are 0-1.
Well, correct. Well, I'm saying.
You're talking about
predictions. Yeah, predictions.
Yeah. So,
but no, I want to say 27-10 Bears.
Okay.
I feel confident in that.
27-10.
Nice.
That ain't bad. All right, so I don't have nothing to write with right now, but I'm eventually gonna fucking write down that 27-10, or I'll just come back to the tape. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Again, appreciate you joining. You know, do your thing, and we'll get with you after the game.
All right, big dog. Later, fellas.
All right, man. Later. All right, boys. So we can roll into game predictions. We can roll into. I feel like we haven't really got into Denver, but maybe it's just because there's not a lot to get into. I mean, Philip Lindsay didn't do much in game 1. I don't know. Denver's still kind of like an undetermined team in my mindset. Maybe I'm wrong in it. I think they expected a lot more out of Vic than what they got. What do you guys see? I don't know, like offensive threat wise. What do they have offensive threat? KB, we'll start with you. Offensive threat against our defense. I mean, there's obviously going to be a time where our defense struggles. Is that this week?
I'm praying that it's not this week, but I think the main threat that you would see would be their running game, man. Philip Lindsay and Royce Freeman are a hell of a dynamic duo. Everybody knows the story of Philip Lindsay. Hopefully, he kind of came out of nowhere last year and kind of took the reins from Royce Freeman, because I'm pretty sure everybody thought Royce Freeman was going to be the guy. That was the guy they went and drafted. So I would say the running game to me, especially with the injuries. We don't know if Eddie Goldman's going to play. We don't know if Bilal's going to play. So I would say the running game today. I think that's what it is.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't think that, I think there's going to be a game where our defense struggles, right? I don't think it's really this game. I think our defense wants to show Vic, like, we could still do this without you. I also think that our defense is kind of behind, even though it was, a couple of years ago. I think our defense is behind Danny Trevathan in like kind of a comeback game, right? Going back to Denver to support their dude and fight on his old home field. Bryce Callahan's, I think he's on their injury report still. I don't think he's playing.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing not. By the sounds of it.
He's not.
Yeah, so there's not really a battle there, but he's still on that team, and you know that they're friends, and the shit talking still commences. Oh, yeah. And I don't know how personal these dudes are with Vic, but I'm sure there's still relationships there that, they just want to get the one up on them. They're competitors. They're fucking NFL players. So, of course, they're going to want to be, the victor in this matchup. I got this game as a smoke show. I think this is a game that we should have had week 1. I think we come out and prove who we are. But then again, we look at it, and like we've said for the last fucking 3 years, we play to the potential of our opponents.
Yep.
And that's what we've always done. That's why last year, all of our losses combined were, I think it was a total of 13 points, maybe 14.
Yeah, 14, I think.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is really the only team that we kind of just fucking smoke checked. Yeah. Otherwise, the Chicago Bears have always been playing to the potential of their opponents. But then again, if you look at it, it's kind of a whole NFL thing. There's not a lot of games that just are total blowouts. But I think that this is the one where we get one of those. We get a fucking blowout. We get to go in there, do our thing, and show everybody what they should have seen week 1. Badge, over to you, man. What do you think? What's your determination and prediction for this game?
Well, to follow up with what KB said, so I agree with him in regards to Denver's run game. If we're missing Eddie Goldman and Bilal Nichols, that Abdullah Anderson move, now not that he can't be brought back up to the active roster from the practice squad, but that Abdullah Anderson move, I question a little bit. The other guy on that Broncos roster who, not that he scares me, but, is a big impact guy is Emmanuel Sanders on the offensive side of the ball. He's a guy we've seen make plays, year over year. He just has that knack. And Cortland Sutton is another one I think we can't forget about. Now, are these guys going to come out and show out against our defense? I really don't think so. Offensively for us, I want to see, a focus on the run game for sure. And use that, play action pass game, to really hopefully open things up for Mitch. And I definitely, think this is a game, I thought last week should have been the game where we blew out Green Bay. I think it would have been a statement, not only to the Packers that this is our division, but to the NFL that says, hey, we're the captains in the NFC North and or in the NFC as a whole. You want to get there, you got to go through us. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But I definitely think we'll put some points up this week, Bobby, and without a doubt.
Yeah, I hope so, man. KB, over to you, dude. What do you see? I mean, obviously this offense is new for Denver. Flacco at the helm, even though they still have Lindsey back there, right? Flacco at the helm. Vic actually, being a head coach and trying to run an offense, it's something he hasn't really ever done. What do you see from our defense shutting these dudes down? And who's maybe your, in Chicago White Sox term, who's your pick to click on our defense, and who's going to have a big game?
I feel like I believe Mac's going to have our big game. I know it's kind of the poo-poo thing to say. It's the easy pick, but we also got to remember Mac had a game where he had 5 sacks on them. 5 sacks. And
Yeah.
their right tackle was compromised. I want to say it's James is the name of their tackle, the one they got from I think it was Miami. The kid got hurt last game, and they had to put in the backup. So I mean, it's kind of hard to not pick Mac to be the pick to click this week. I feel like he gets on track, he gets his sack, everybody gets off his nutsack about it, blah blah blah. But
he needs to get it so we can give away this damn jersey.
Right, and start up with these this donation thing we got going on here. So
Yeah, for sure.
So Mac, if you're listening, man, we would love to see those 5 sacks again. I mean, not just as fans, but as you know what I'm saying, folks that want to donate to a great cause.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, we got a jersey to give away. Obviously, there's over 200 some people in it. We need Mac to get a sack to make that happen. My defensive style, I think this is, and it might be a little cliche, right? But I think this is a Kyle Fuller game. I think Vic is the no shit number one mentor to Fuller. We all seen it a couple of years ago. I think Vic pulled Fuller from a spot that he was in and turned his fucking game around and basically turned his life around. Brought the kid into a different spot. You know, so I want to see a big game from Fuller. I want to see, I don't know if maybe they pick on him because they know that there's a weakness there, and maybe Vic knows how to mind fuck him. Who fucking knows? But and then the other one, I think Akiem comes through. I think he, you know, not that he didn't come through last week, but I think he just has more of a monstrous game on this one and shuts these dudes down. Badge, over to you, man. Give me your, you know, who's your pick to click on the defense? Who's the guy that you think is going to come out here and crush it?
Yeah, man, no doubt about it, and it's funny you just brought him up because it is Akiem Hicks, man. I will be sporting that 96 jersey this week, and I definitely think he's the guy that's going to step up this week, make some plays. I definitely think, you know, looking, you know, just thinking back, I'm hoping to be, I don't even know when I'm going to watch the film because my Saturday is toast and hopefully maybe early Sunday morning, but you know, thinking back, I mean, at one point in the Green Bay game, you saw Hicks lined up at outside. So, you know, I love the fact we're not afraid to move these guys around, but I definitely think he's going to be the guy this week that makes an impact. I mean, we've heard for years how Joe Flacco, if he stays in the pocket, he's given time, you know, he's a great quarterback, but he's a damn statue. And what we saw last week, the Bears do to that Green Bay offensive line, you know, throughout most of the game, they had 5 sacks as well. You know, if they get the Flacco, it's lights out for the Denver offense. So Akiem Hicks is my guy. You know, and that leads right into my badge of honor for none other than Akiem Hicks.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Fuck it.
Yeah,
just roll with it. Let's do this thing.
Hell yeah, man. So, Akiem Hicks, badge of honor this week. You know, that I'm gonna say this. I probably don't have to because everybody knows about my dude, man. But number 96 of the Chicago Bears. He's a defensive end. Born November 16th, 1989, age 29, 6'4", 352 pounds. You know, he went to the University of Regina in Saskatchewan. He was drafted in the 3rd round, pick number 89 in 2012 by the New Orleans Saints. Was there until 2015 when he joined the Patriots, and we've been lucky enough to have him since 2016. He was a Pro Bowler last year and, you know, Brian Piccolo Award winner. His career statistics as of week 1 of 2019, 305 tackles, 33.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, 2 defensive touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown that we saw live in person last year. Bobby Bombs at the Giants game. It was dope as fuck.
Yeah, buddy.
So we want to thank NFL.com for that information and why I wanted to give this to Akiem Hicks. So first of all, I want to thank Jamie Dragani. She's got a ball in the works for Akiem.
Ball girl.
The ball girl, man. Follow her on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can. She's doing great things for us here at the bar room, and she's also doing a lot of stuff on her own. So please give her a follow. It's at @the_ball_girl on Twitter. You just search the ball girl on Facebook. You'll find her there. She's on Instagram as well. She's got a ball coming for you, Akiem. So she's going to send it to me, and I'll get it sent out to Hallis Hall. Hopefully we don't run into the issue that we did with Eddie, but I'm hoping it gets to him. And the reason why I went with Akiem this week, man, so he spent a day on the Chicago South Side. It was this past Tuesday afternoon.
Represent.
With the SOS Illinois Chicago Village in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood. He came bearing gifts, new backpacks for the children who live in the village, and took part in an event called, conveniently, Tailgate Tuesday, complete with outdoor games, a dance contest, and food right off the grill. And the statement here today from Akiem Hicks, or on Tuesday, was, "Our mission here today and the purpose of me coming here was to play a part and mold the lives of people that could use a little help, that could use a little bit of inspiration, that could use a friendly ear." So SOS Illinois is a part of a worldwide organization that builds communities around full-time foster families. The center in Auburn Gresham is one of 4 in the state, and Hicks, along with Riley Ridley and his older brother Calvin Ridley, spent some of their childhood in SOS communities in Florida. And SOS Illinois CEO Tim McCormick said the visit from players like Akiem Hicks had been a much-needed morale boost for community residents in the past. And since the facility was built in 2006, the organization has found an ally in the Chicago Bears and remembers visits with former Bears defensive tackle Anthony Spice Adams. Kids in foster care really don't have a voice. I just totally lost it. Don't really have a voice, McCormick said. He said, often in the education system, the healthcare system, even in communities, kids don't know some of the things that have been going on, and they feel invisible. When someone like Akiem of the Chicago Bears comes here, these kids realize, wow, we really are something, and people do care. So Hicks went to the village with his mom, Desiree, calling attention to her, doing his remarks, and citing her example as one of the reasons that he feels the need to give back. He said, "It's just how I was raised." He thinks his parents instilled in him a sense of taking care of fellow men, to make sure you've got something on your plate, and your brother or your family member or anybody you might see could use a light. You take care of each other. That's how he feels, and he really didn't have a choice. So Akiem Hicks, man, I've loved this dude since he became a Chicago Bear, and this only makes me add to that. So congratulations to Akiem, this week's badge of honor. Excited to give it to him, and hopefully we can set something up with him in the future to have him on the original Barfly Tailgate Show and get him on and talk to him about exactly what he's doing in the community.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, fucking hell of a job with the badge of honor, but I'm step for step with you, man. Damn, Akiem Hicks has been, if not the face. I mean, granted, Mitch is there, right? But I think Akiem is the face of the franchise to a lot of diehard Bears fans and people who actually pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, man.
Yeah, he's interactive. He's KB. Sorry, man. I'll finish real quick, but he's interactive.
Yeah,
he's a fun-loving dude, right? Who is he just fucking has a blast doing these things, and I won't say that he doesn't take things serious, because obviously he does, but he knows how to have fun while doing it. And no matter any interview that you see with Akiem is great. It's just an interactive thing that he brings a different spice, a different flavor to the Bears. KB, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, because this is on more of a personal note. Like for me, I came up. I was in foster care when I was younger, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Kids who are in the system and whatnot, how big of an impact that can really be on, you know what I'm saying, these young boys and girls, especially in these areas in Chicago where things aren't the greatest and the communities aren't the strongest, you know. So I mean, that's major props to Akiem Hicks, because that is huge. You know, I stayed in Chicago when I lived in Chicago, I stayed on the south side, and I stayed in Caprini Greens. That was one of the worst spots you can be in Chicago at that time.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, then going from where my life had went, you know, I was fortunate to land with the family that I landed with, because they were very close in contact with my family. So I mean, not everybody's so lucky, and just having that impact like that is huge. So big ups to Akiem Hicks.
That's a great point, KB. I don't, you know, you if you're somebody that comes, you know, you're lucky enough to have, you know, happy family, happy parents, you know, your parents stay together, whatnot. You know, there's people out there who aren't, you know, as blessed and lucky as you are to be able to, you know, have what they have, you know, what you have and whatnot. And, you know, by these players going out and doing little things like this is really something that's why we do Badge of Honor. You know, these guys aren't just football players. I mean, yes, do they get paid a lot of money to do what they do? They do, but these guys are giving back. And why I love doing this, and, you know, a shout out to Bears PR as well for releasing this stuff so the fans see that this isn't the only, you know, they're not just football players. They're people too. I know I said it last year as I was doing Badge of Honor. You know, a lot of times us as fans, we get so caught up in the game and so caught up with what the players are doing on the field that we forget that they're people too. And the fact, you know, the reason we do Badge of Honor is to point out the fact that these guys aren't just football players. They're people as well. And I'm going to continue to do this. I did one last night on Draft on Tap as well. The young boy from Tennessee that he lives in Florida, is a diehard Tennessee fan. He made his own Tennessee shirt and got, you know, picked on for it. Well, the University of Tennessee, man, came out and gave this kid a 4-year scholarship yesterday, and he's 7 years old. So that's why.
Tough.
It's no doubt, man. It awesome by them. That's why I want to continue to do this. That's why I pick these players from the Chicago Bears organization and the Chicago Bears organization as an organization overall. They do so much in the community. We talked about it last week, how they were out in the Park District, you know, just helping pick up around the city. This is what they're doing in the community is fantastic, and I look forward to continue to doing these each and every week of the season, and hopefully get some of these guys on to talk about what they're doing off the field and helping their community as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely, dude. It's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that needs to be shown and, you know, and just shine light on. I mean, I know there's maybe a little humbleness. I know they don't always come out and talk about things that they're doing, and I think it's great for people to know and to see, and I honestly think it kind of puts a spark into some people to get up and do things that you know, that maybe want to and they just don't have the time or whatever. It just kind of puts a little spark in them and allows people to get out there and do other things and you know, to help out. You know, because all in all, that's really all we have to do to be better.
Yeah, man. I mean, I do it here in my own community. I'm a member of our local United Way. You know, we're out in the community trying to do things and help raise money for organizations in our area that are definitely in need of it. So, you know, hopefully, you know, other Bears fans, and even if you're not a Bears fan and you happen to hear this, because, you know, just get off your ass and do something to help in your community.
Yeah, just be better today than you were yesterday. We all ask that from our football teams. We ask it from all of our favorite sports teams. We ask it from our children, right? Like,
Without a doubt.
Like, ask it from yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday, and let's go from there, boys. Let's wrap this thing up. I'll come around. I know we'll get your guys' score predictions and any shout outs. Let's just do. You want to just do Bears, right? You don't want to do the NFC North. I know last year we did the NFC North.
I think Bears is fine.
Yeah, and I mean this week we do. Somebody's gonna have a loss, or there's only gonna be one undefeated team, right?
Yeah.
Because the Detroit fucking tied. Right? Detroit tied.
Yeah, Detroit tied. Minnesota won, and
Yep, they tied.
Green Bay won.
And Green Bay obviously won. So there's going to be one team on top of the NFC North this week by the time when Sunday's over. And then, it's an uphill battle from there. So let me start this thing with KB. KB, give us your score prediction just for the Bears and Broncos, and then any shout-outs that you got, brother.
Okay, so I'm going to go 13-24 Bears. I'm praying that whatever my man
Wait, say that again?
13-24. Whatever
Okay.
Fangio hasn't seen, I'm praying it's that Nagy is going to focus on the run game, and that's going to open up the play action pass. That's what I'm hoping for. So my prediction for this week is going to be 13-24 Bears.
All right, you got any shout-outs you want to fucking hit?
A shout outs, man, real quick, man. Shout out to everybody in the ballroom as always, man. Everybody's doing great jobs, man. Shimon doing a hell of a job on this scouting thing, man. It's very eye opening because not everybody knows about these players, man. Not everybody knows about the Big Ten or the Pac-12. You just don't know. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to all the first responders of the military for 9/11, people that were affected by it, and to America, man. It was a galvanizing moment in history. And I remember where I was at that day. And showing my age, I was in 6th grade. So
shit. You know where I was? Yeah. I was in the Chow Hall on fucking Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point. Fucking first year in the Marine Corps. And you were in 6th grade at the fucking lunch table.
Damn, dude.
Let's not bring up ages anymore, man. I'm sorry.
All right, Badge. Let's kick this thing over to you, man. Give me your score prediction, any shout outs that you got, and I'll take it after you, and we'll fucking close this thing out.
Yeah, man. I definitely think the Bears are going to get in the end zone. I'm going 21-17 Bears here. Okay. And I think it's going to be close. I definitely think the defense is really going to get tough at the end of the game, something that you won't see from the Denver defense. I think we're going to come away with a victory in Denver. 21-17. My shout outs, man. Without a doubt, I got to shout you boys out, man. Bobby being over in Japan, man, away from your family, away from your beautiful girls. Big ups to you, man. Being in the military, man. I appreciate everything you do, brother. KB, Gaines, AC, who couldn't be with us tonight, man. I love doing this with you guys. Everybody else in the bar room, Dan Aguirre, Mike North, Eldo Gandia, Philatoshin, Shane Marsaw, Joe Mandel, Greg Braggs, John Santucci. I'm sure I'm forgetting Matt Carstensen. Like, Cars Keys was phenomenal this week. Appreciate you guys. Everything the bar room is doing. I say it each and every week. If you are not part of or listening to Bears Bar Room, you don't know what you're missing. And then my last shout out for this week, Roy Robertson Harris. You make me eat my words. I love that shit. Hell yeah, I'm giving you a shout out because you dominated, baby. Hell yeah.
Oh, Roy Rob. Yeah, he did, man. He came out and he fucking played his ass off. But hey, guess what? He also played in the preseason. A fucking surprise. Hey, so I'm going to go with I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 31-13. Fucking take the score, flip it, reverse it. I'm going 31-13. I'm going Bears, obviously. I'm going fucking, backups are in at the end, and we're just fucking letting this thing roll out. I think it's going to be a big game. I think it's our time to prove and to fucking lick our wounds and just go out there and do what we're supposed to do. Shout out wise, everybody you guys already mentioned. We won't play repeater here. Obviously, everybody in
Danny Shimon, Bobby. I forgot my boy Danny Shimon.
The Shyman Temple. Yo, we just need to call this dude like the Shyman Temple. Like, I know it's Shimon, but like, let's just go with the whatever.
Okay.
I don't know, dude, but this dude's temple is filled with fucking draft grades, draft picks. Everybody, like, he's gonna talk about dudes you don't even know who the fuck they are, and you're gonna go Google them, and guess what? They ain't gonna come up. You're gonna have to like dig even deeper because that's what Danny does, man. He stays on his game. He knows these dudes inside and out. He's fucking like, he can tell you shit about people that you don't even know that that they exist, and it's his craft is fucking definitely. He stays on his craft and he sharpens his shit to get the best input that he can. And everybody in Bears Bar Room, Mike North, dude. So I know this is kind of getting away from it. I can't even fucking bet over here because Japan don't let you. Like, it tells me I'm outside of the fucking territory. And then I try to do it like VPN, download a VPN and do it. And it tells me that VPNs, if I'm using a VPN, I need to shut it off because it can't read, where I'm at. So I don't know. I'm going to have to find a workaround to this, or I'm going to have to call Carrie and tell her to start fucking putting things down for me, and she's not going to be happy.
Got to keep her out of that loop, bro.
Yeah, I can't even, I got to get her. I got to get somebody into this. Like, yo, dude, here's my shit. Like, I'm going to start screenshotting what I want fucking played and bet and have to start sending it to you guys with my password to fucking run some shit. But yeah, everybody in the bar room, Shane, we had some talks this week. Either way, man, like everybody around, it's been great. The fucking whole thing is growing and continues to fucking blossom. John Buffone and Alyssa Barbieri, they're doing their thing, man. Buffon always fucking fires you up. Like, I don't know. That dude is just, he's contagious. If there's no other way to put it, I'll just say that fucking John Buffon is contagious, and he just kind of just fires you right the fuck up and ready to go, man. And all you guys out there, I mean, hey, just keep believing. Believe in your fucking team. Like, you don't have to nitpick. You don't have to fucking, downplay this or that. And you don't have to fucking highlight this or that. Just fucking believe in your team. Be there to support them. I really didn't like the booing that happened. But I get it. Like, I understand and I get it. I didn't really care for the booing, but I get it, man. Like, they're fans. They're called fans. They're fanatics for a reason. And you're going to get the true them when things go wrong. And it's okay. But show some respect to your players.
Hell yeah.
Show some respect to the people involved. Know that, they're doing their thing too. And, let's just continue to push this thing forward. The team, the fucking bar room, everything around, man. And, boys, I don't really have nothing else. So I'm just going to end this thing with a fucking bear down.
Bear down.
Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone in affection. I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone in affection. I summon and dub it. Why you be all